Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and this is a yarn chat. Do you see this? Okay, so I have not made a video and posted it in 2 weeks. I don't have a lot of really good reasons. I've been busy, of course. As some of you know, I'm a full-time teacher. I teach 2nd grade. I have a class of now 21. Yeah, so that is kind of update number 1. 2 weeks ago, I got a new student. He is delightful and wonderful, but there is a lot that comes with getting a new student. You know, even if you just look at the basics of getting a desk, getting the right books, getting, you know, his magnet number 21, putting him, all the things, label him a cubby for his paper worksheet, you know, putting him in a reading group, putting him in a math group, you know, so that took quite a bit. So I've had 2 weeks of a new guy. And a lot of the adjustment with that is, he was homeschooled for the beginning of his, I mean, we're only in 2nd grade, so not that long, right? But there's been a lot of adjustments, a lot of things getting ready. I've got a, you know, just a kid that I need to plug into a new environment. I'm not going to say it's stressful. It wasn't really stressful, but it's additional work that I, you know, I had to do. So I had that going on. Yeah, so, I mean, in general, work has been work. It's that, I don't know if any of you are teachers or maybe fresh, you know, from college and you remember February and March just seem to drag on. And then especially when you live in the northern states, it's dark, right? There's lots of snow, it's cold. You're just kind of tired of winter. So I'm kind of like in that tired of winter phase. Working, you know, basketball season's done, which I thought would be a stress reliever. But, you know, I go into work, I leave at 7:30, I'm coming home at 4:45, and I'm just tired from the end of the day, and I just want to sit. And then when I was Saturday morning, I don't want to do my hair and makeup, right? I just want to like sleep in for a little while, and not do any jobs or anything, which also kind of YouTube is kind of fallen into that, like, what can I do for YouTube? I don't know if you kind of noticed that, like, crochet projects or knitting projects have been slipping because I can't think of anything I want to make right now. So then I was like talking about things I bought on Amazon, things that I like. And so that, I mean, that's nice. But I don't want to say I've lost my crojo, but I just don't know what to make. I mean, obviously I have all this nice yarn and there's things I like, but I also have a huge pile of things that I've made that nobody wants. Yeah, and sometimes I don't feel like they're necessarily good enough to give away. So, like, you know, I can give a prayer shawl to a church or a baby blanket, but what do I do with a really wide scarf? So, like, right over here, which you guys can't see, is like a huge pile of things that I've made. Down here, I have a drawer of things that I made. And then in the back storage area is a bin of things that I've made. And nobody wants those things, right? So I'm like, why make more things to go into the pile of things? So I was kind of just like, I don't know what to make. And I just sit here and I look at my yarn. I don't know if you can see right here, but I have a stack of magazines that people have sent me and that I bought. And then under here, which you really can't see, I brought out a bunch of my pattern books. I'm like, okay, is anything in here inspiring me? So that was part of the reason why I haven't made a video, is because I haven't made anything. But granted, it's still only been 2 weeks, right? So I did start a few things, so I can show you the things I started. The one thing I did finish is I made a hat. I feel really good about knitting hats. I feel that I'm really good at that. I really like doing it. I like the way that yarn patterns when you knit. And I'm very good at knitting hats. So I made this hat. This yarn and the hat pattern that I use, if you've known me for any amount of time, is Ross's hat pattern. It's really the only hat pattern I understand. I've downloaded and off Ravelry and other sites, other hat patterns for knitting, and I just don't understand them as well. It's just, I like the look of that top of the star, and it's just a simple border, knit, and reduce, right? This yarn, I really love this yarn. This yarn, I actually dyed. So maybe a year or so ago, I bought a bunch of yarn from Knit Picks. I want to say it was like Yarn of the Andes or something. And they had worsted weight, and they had DK weight, and they had all kinds of yarn. I bought a bunch of bare yarn, and I started dyeing it. I ended up giving a good amount of it away. I gave some to my stepmom. I sent some out as like prizes for YouTube. And then I did keep this because I only had one skein, and I really liked how this came up. So I dyed this yarn, and I made no, this is what I like about it though, is I made no pay attention to where I specifically dyed. And it does still kind of have like a little bit of a pattern, not a pattern, but a look to it. I don't know. So yeah, I'm trying to see where I put the leftover skein. Oh, I think it's behind me. It was hanked, and I balled it up, and it's looked like this for quite a while. So yeah, I made this hat. That is the one for sure finished project. And I actually made it last Saturday. I just sat here. I was like, you know what? Make something. Make a hat. So I can't even give that hat to a second grader because it's made out of wool. And I'm sure the parents pop it in the dryer will probably shrink. The next thing I started was I had organized my scrap yarn, the leftover balls, the partial balls. So I decided, well, maybe I'll just make a bunch of squares with that yarn and sew them together. So I started making some, well, this one's not finished, just plain old granny squares. I want to say some of this yarn is mandala. I can't remember what this pink and white one is, so it's just a plain old granny square. I did do a row, I like to call these a row of windows. And you know, I think I made this one first, and then I made this one. I think this has two colors in it. Then this one just has a little bit of, I mean, that leftover purple, all of a purple. This must be a variegated mandala yarn. So I started making these with shades of purple and pink. Then I got to this one. This one here is Bella Coco yarn. This came in a Crochet Society box. And it's the remnants. I made a pail. It was like a sand pail or sand bucket. And this was left over after making the bucket. So I made a square and then I ran out. So then I've been using, most of this is like DK size yarn. And I've been using my purple G hook. So then once I ran out of yarn for that one, I stopped. I put it aside, and I probably did this in an evening. Just sat there, watched some true crime or something, and made those. So then after, and then I must have gone to bed or something, I don't know. And then I never picked it up. I didn't continue. Let's see, what else did I start? Oh, so then as I was sitting here day after day trying to think of something to make, I thought, well, maybe I'll try some Tunisian. So this is my crochet hook that I got from another Crochet Society box. And I want to say this must be like the simple crochet stitch or Tunisian crochet. The thing that I don't like about Tunisian crochet is it's very rolly. See that? So I was just looking to see how it would look with this variegated yarn. The last time I did Tunisian, I was using a pattern that I got from Yarn Yay, where I made a little coin purse. And so then I used that exact pattern to make the coin purse to make a baby blanket. And I'd actually even ordered myself a set of Tunisian crochet hooks with the really long cord so I could do the baby blanket. So then I thought, well, how would this look? Because with the technique that the Yarn Yay lady had taught, Vicki Howell, is that you were using 2 balls of yarn. When you go over one way, then you pick up that yarn and you pull it through. and then you leave that strand hanging and you pick up your next yarn and you bring the second color across. So I wanted to see what it looked like to do that, but with only one color, not two colors of yarn. I just started doing this little swatch. Here's what it looks like, Tunisian crochet. I want to say simple stitch. I started this, today's Saturday, probably Thursday. Yeah, so I was kind of feeling like I don't really have any projects done to talk about, or even really a whip to work on. I started this blanket a real long time ago, and then I found out that the baby that I was working on it for was born already. I'm on the border now. I did the last row of purple here, and then I was going to, where is it? Where is it? Right here. Where is it? That's what Jared always said. When he was little, instead of where's it, he'd go, where's it? So I've been working on the border. Of course, I have all these little tufts to weave in. And so I stopped right there, and then I just put it down on my little stool right here, and I haven't picked it up since. So yeah, I just can't think of something that I want to make. That's really just where I'm at. I mean, how many shawls, or I mean ponchos? I really do like making hats, but how many hats does one person have? Sitting right here, I have a hat I made over there, I have a hat I made over there, I have another hat I made over there. I'm not wearing them all day. I don't go outside very much because I don't like winter. So I don't want to say, like, I'm just kind of like in this weird funk right now, y'all. I don't know what to do. Now, I am going to make another video right after this in case people don't care and they just want to watch yarn or yarn talk. So, and that one will be about Flynn. So that's kind of partly why I'm in the funk, if you will. I was thinking today, I found this really cool pattern from Nastia Crochet, and I put it on my Facebook group page. And so I was thinking about going to Hobby Lobby or Joann's and buying a bunch of yarn. Why? Because I have it all here, right? No, because I want I want 3 colors of, I want to follow a pattern. And sometimes when you yarn hoard like this, you don't have enough to do a specific pattern of something, right? That's what I found. That in this yarn hoard, I just don't necessarily have the right amount of yarn to make the right thing. That you just, like, when I'm like inspired, like, ooh, I feel inspired to make that. And then I start looking at my hoard and I'm like, I can't find the right yarn or the right color combo or the right amount of a certain yarn to complete that project. So then I'm like, because I really didn't want to buy yarn, but because maybe I will, I don't know. So I don't know. So that's where I'm kind of thinking. I don't know if I want to make a baby blanket because I know I for sure can donate those to Christ Child Society. I know for sure. So maybe I'll just make a baby blanket and donate those. And then I don't have to have it piled up around here. But that's kind of where I am. Yarn chat. What am I doing? Not much. Just making a little something and then stopping. Except for I did make one hat. So yeah, and so as you can see, I didn't really do my hair this morning. My gray is coming through. I need to get my hair dyed. It's growing long. I don't have an appointment until April because I hate it when my hair hits my sweatshirt right here, and then I have this weird lumpy stuff poking out. So that's why I like to wear hoodies. So then I can just like put my hair in my hoodie. And then I don't have to see it lumping out. So that's what I'm doing, you guys. I'm just trying to survive winter. I'm waiting for spring. Now, I will have probably a bunch of videos coming out these next few days because I did a swap with my Facebook group, Summer's Tips and Stitches. Christy groups us up. So I did do a swap with a gal in our group. So I sent her stuff out. She should have gotten it Tuesday. And so then I'll open what she got me on camera. Also, I ordered a real cute bag. I'm getting a new work bag. Not because the old one's broken, but it's black. And I wanted to do cheery stuff. I felt like, yeah, I don't know. So I ordered myself a new bag. So I'll show you guys that bag. I spent a lot of time, too much time, looking through reviews on Amazon's about, you know, work bags, teacher work bags. And so then I bought this one, and if I really like it, I might buy one for my sister for her birthday. So that was supposed to come yesterday, but it didn't, so I'll show you guys what I think about that bag. And then I haven't gotten my next Crochet Society box. So I see that the UK people are posting it, and this is when I normally get antsy because it takes 100 years to come to United States. And with all the snow that we've been getting these last 2 or 3 weeks, I think it's slowed down the postage with the mail trucks, slowing them down, having to go through all that snow, maybe people calling in and not having the same amount of people to go through and sort at the post offices. I don't know. So I'm still waiting for my Crochet Society. That's making me anxious because I paid for a full year this summer when my credit card went out, and I couldn't log into my account to renew it. And so then I ended up getting a separate email. I emailed them. I said, hey, I don't want to miss the box. My credit card expired and I need to renew it and I can't get in. And so then I just paid for a full year. And now to come find out that Bella is separating from Crochet Society, I'm not going to lie. I thought she like owned Crochet Society. I know. Oh. So I didn't realize that Crochet Society was like a company that Bella was their spokesperson. I thought she like owned them. So I was like, what? So I'm still waiting on that next Crochet Society box. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Because the last one I got in January, and I think it must have been January, February. So I should get a new March. And what's today? Like March. Oh, I have a watch. March 11th. Yesterday is when I got the message from one of my Facebook moderators, Valerie, saying, hey, Summer, folks are worried you haven't posted a video in a while. And I was at in-service. And that's a lovely thing that teachers get to do. I never knew this, even as when I went to college to be a teacher. And then I taught for 1 year. And we didn't really do any in-services, if I can recall. And then, let's see, then I had kids. And I was a stay-at-home mom until Maddie was out of 5th grade. And Maddie was going into 6th grade, Jared was going to 5th grade, Flynn was going into 1st grade, and that's when I went back teaching. So I never really knew what it said when it said teachers had an in-service. So in-service means teachers still go to school. We get to go a little later. I mean, we don't have to be there at the crack of dawn. But yesterday, we signed up for different sessions during this specific in-service. So in the morning, I started off with a session that was talking about how to make meaningful assessments, the 2 types of assessments, and how to make meaningful ones. And I really wanted to do that because I wanted to beef up the assessments that came with my social studies curriculum. And then I went to another one that was something like how to analyze data for... I'm going to try to use this really big word. Pedagogical something. Is it the word pedagogical? Pedagogical. Pedagogical. I don't know. How to use data to shape your lessons. Like once your class has taken a standardized test or even a basic test, how can you look at those results and make changes in your pedagogy? Yeah, I'm not even 100% sure what that is. And then then we had a session with one of the curriculum companies that our school buys curriculum from. They were showing us how to use their online tools. Now, I'm going to be honest, that one was very useful and I wanted to use it. However, they decided to do it over our lunch time. So I can't just listen to someone talk, which is something I use in my classroom. I need to be able to be doing it with or writing about it, like taking notes or drawing pictures, whatever that's what little kids do, right? Or I need to be actively doing it to understand it. And so we were eating while he was talking. So pretty much that all went in one ear and out the other. unfortunately. And that was the one I was really looking forward to, because sometimes when kids have problems with math, they have these online resources that you can send links to the parents, and they can help their kids at home. Or if you have a kid that really struggled with math over the year, and you can give them these links and they can work with their kid over the summer. And so that one, now I'm gonna have to try to figure that out on my own. And then the last session was how to use games in your classroom, because like I just said, I don't learn very well with someone just chatting at me and sitting there. So I need to, I wanted to learn more games to do in the classroom rather than just filling out a workbook, or rather than just chatting with them, right? Having them participate in activity. So that's what I did yesterday. And so while I was there, Valerie sent me that message. I said, please send them a note in the Facebook group that I'm going to make a video. So here, this is a 20-minute video, mostly yarn chat, and also explaining where in the Toledo I've been. So I'm going to upload this, try to get this on straight away. I'm not going to put any links in the description. I'm not going to do anything, because that's also been holding me up, trying to find all the links. I just want to upload it and put it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I might not even do really a thumbnail. Maybe I'll do something to have Maddie edit and say, where have you been? Because I need Maddie to help me edit my photos. She's good at that. Also, at the very end of this video, we got a new hamster. So that has been amazingly a lot, because this hamster right now screeches its little head off whenever you open its cage. So that's been, Maddie was really disappointed. She's been really excited to get a hamster. She's been wanting one for years. And this little thing screeches. And I never personally knew that hamsters could screech. So that was shocking. But I might just put in a picture of her little hamster at the end. His name is Sprout. Okay, so I'm going to try to do better. I just don't know. Maybe put in the description. Maybe all of you can put a link in the comments of a nice, easy pattern. I like hats. I like making hats. That's why I make them for my class. I do like making ponchos. I like making baby blankets. I like making baby sweaters. I like making baby booties. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Thanks for waiting for me. Thanks for liking and sharing my videos. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye.